everyone, I am LV and I'm coming to you today. Some of you may remember me or know me from the YouTube land or Facebook land. Some of you may not. So I've been making videos here and there. You know, I really haven't done anything for like the last 3 years. I've kind of taken a really long sabbatical from making videos. But yeah, anyway, so I'm back. I'm filling in for somebody, hopefully temporary, although I love that I'm able to make videos here for all of you guys and meet you guys and all that fun stuff. So anyway, it's a privilege. Namaste. I'm getting all spiritual on you guys. Anyway, so this week's topic is, well, it's one word. Misgendering. Or is it misgendered, misgendering? I don't know. It's something like that. And so when I think of misgendering, I think of it in two primary kind of ways that it unfolds, right? And if you hear meowing, it's because I haven't been home all day and my cats are, they are in need of some attention, so I may have to like pet them or like introduce you guys to them. This is Stinky Lulu. Say hello. Speaking of misgendering, he was actually thought to be a girl cat, because that's why his name's Lulu. His name was Lulu. He doesn't like the camera. And then they found out he was a boy, they think, and they named him Stinky. I don't know. Anyway, so speaking about misgendering, I find that it kind of comes to the surface in two primary ways, right? One is that somebody misgenders you because they don't know any better. So you might be early on in your transition, or you might, come across as a different gender to some people, whatever. I think that beauty is subjective, gender is subjective, and everything. So gender means something different to everybody, and so does, it's just very subjective. Anyway, so someone does that, and they don't know. They don't know that they just crossed this boundary and set off a trigger in you and ruined your day. They didn't know any better, right? And then you have on the other side of things, somebody that does know your situation, and they're doing it just to kind of be, well, an asshole, right? So some people will prod you and bait you and just to get a reaction out of you. And you know, there's more than two ways. There's like a third that's kind of in the middle. And that's with somebody that knows maybe your situation and, well, it's not a situation. Sorry. Knows your authentic self. There we go. I like that better. And is kind of in transition with you of taking you out of their mind from one gender and assigning a different gender to you and having a little bit of trouble doing so, because when you kind of set those, especially with family, they've known you to be one gender for a very long time, so to reset those pathways, those like neural pathways in the head, can sometimes take a while. It took my dad a few years. My brothers still sometimes have issues with pronouns and misgendering and everything else. So those are the kind of ways that I think, for me, it's presented itself in my life. But really, it all comes back to how it makes you feel, or us feel, as people that, not define, but cross gender norms or whatever. You get into all these like little technical lingos and stuff and sayings, and then we start fighting because I said something wrong. But anyway, you get what I mean. So it makes a lot of us, people that defy gender norms, that's what I was going for, feel a very similar way, and that's like shit. I mean, it doesn't feel good to have somebody challenge your authentic self, or be clueless to who you really are, and not get it. I think that both really hit us here, right? So I guess it's about, how do you go forward? Well, it's the same way that, when I was dating, I got turned down a lot because I identify mostly as a heterosexual woman. And I kind of just had to get used to the unfortunate realization that most guys, when they don't know about my history, totally date me. There's, you know, they like how I look or something, or they like my personality, or both. And then they find out about my history. And that one thing, that one piece of information that really doesn't define me completely is actually, you know, like totally, it's a non-negotiable, right? And you're totally, nope, this isn't happening. I can't date you. Sorry, you know, clunk. So you build up somewhat of a thick skin. I hate that I have to say that because I think us as a community and people, we're a little callous when it comes to some of the adversities and situations that we face, being somebody who has to lug around their history with them. But you kind of just build up a little bit of a tolerance. And so when somebody does it, you know, you just kind of like let it go, you know? Even when somebody's just being an asshole and wanting to get a reaction out of you, you know, I mean, there's ways to handle that. One, don't give them the reaction. Two, don't give them the reaction that they want, which is frustration. Say like, look, that's not okay. The way that you are speaking to me is not okay. I'm a human. I have feelings, and you're objectifying me, and that's not cool. So anyway, I don't really know what else to say about misgendering, except it's, you know, it is what it is, and then there's how it makes us feel, and then there's how we go forward. And really, honestly, the only way to go forward is to educate and also understand that a lot of the world isn't quite where we are yet. And that yet, you know, we have to meet them halfway. So that would be what I have to say about misgendering, how to go forward, what it means, and I think that pretty much sums it up. So thank you. Hopefully, I may see you next week. You know, I am filling in, so part of me wants to see you next week, and part of me hopes that things go, you know, like regularly scheduled as well. So it's a catch-22 for me. Anyway, it was good meeting you guys, and I will see you around. All right. LV, signing off.